Hi there, I'm Winifred Costello, owner and magical entrepreneur of AwenTree. In today's video, we're going to be talking about self-care for tarot readers. I cannot stress how important it is to have excellent self-care practices if you are a tarot reader, especially if you are reading for other people. It's good to do it if even just no matter what, like whether you're a tarot reader or not. Self-care practices are vital to manifesting a good life. But today we're talking about self-care practices for tarot readers. So the points I'm going to be talking about today in this video, they are applicable to tarot readers that are reading for just one person, or if you are reading for several people in the course of the day, or if you are at a psychic fair reading at a high intensity volume and you may be reading for 10, 15, or even 20 people in the course of a day. And some people in some settings read for, I've heard of people reading for 30 people in the course of a one day. So these self-care practices are going to apply for all those settings that you just may need to adapt the pace and how and when you do them based on how many people you are seeing for readings in the course of a given day. So before we even get started, I want to reference something else that's really important about when you're reading for others. And it's a self-care practice, but it's sort of the predecessor to everything. So it's very important that you know your pace. It's super important that you know and understand your maximum capacity for how many readings you can do in a day without really compromising your wellness or your psychic third eye. There is sort of an energy level to, obviously, there's an energy to your psychic abilities, and you need to know your limitations and respect them. Sometimes we can't really know our limitations for how many people we can read for in the course of a day until we have read for too many and literally feel like a third eye headache or like the little light is fizzing in your head. How people understand and interpret that they have reached their maximum capacity is unique to each of us, but you do want to be sensitive and aware about pacing. Some folks can read for 10, 15, or 20 people in the course of a day and not have any negative repercussions from that. Other folks may need to go to a different kind of pace, maybe only read for one person a day, or perhaps maybe something like 5. You have to try and make sure you're listening to your information that your body, your mind, body, and spirit are giving you. So the first ingredient to practicing excellent self-care for a tarot reader is to know thy pace. How many clients can you reasonably see in the course of a day without feeling like you're having total burnout or that you are so depleted it takes you weeks to recover? That's not going to be good for anybody. So the first step in self-care is to know thy pace. I can't impress that enough. The second step I feel is very important, is that when you are doing your readings, it's really important that you have an opening and closing ritual. Now, this can be a very external ritual where it involves the person receiving the reading, but it could also be a personalized ritual, something internal, like a prayer. It could be that you ring a bell. It could be that you light a candle and then snuff the candle out at the end of the reading. If you do go the candle option, I always recommend you to never leave a candle unattended if it's burning. You want to practice safe fire practices. But you want to have a beginning and an ending to your readings, energetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, psychically, physically. You want to have something that designates for yourself and obviously for the person receiving the reading, but you want to make sure you have some cue that lets spirit know that you and your higher self know that the reading has begun, that you are now psychically open and you are doing that. So it's really great to have a mantra. You could have a one-sentence mantra that you just repeat in your head. You could have a little prayer. You could ring a bell. You could ring a bell at the end. You could chime the singing bowl. You could light a candle and then snuff it. But you want to have a clear, energetic component of reading is beginning and reading is now ending. Sort of like psychic energy is open and psychic energy is closed. That's very important. Now your mantra, you can say it out loud or you can say it silently to yourself. It depends on your comfort level, your client's comfort level, and the environment that you're reading in. And my next suggestion is to make sure you know how to ground and center. You're going to want to have some excellent personal grounding and centering techniques. A very simple, easy to do in any setting is to have both feet flat on the floor. I recommend that for the client receiving the reading and for the reader. So have some sort of excellent, easy to execute grounding and centering method that you can quickly use. So feet flat on the floor is a fabulous one. Next it might be helpful to wear some protective jewelry or to have a talisman or maybe some crystals or stones in your pocket or on your table. Smoky quartz is great for transmuting and shifting around and clearing negative energy, like absorbing it and clearing it. So is jet. There's also black tourmaline. So you may decide to have some crystals that you keep near you or that you wear on your body or keep in your pocket. You may have some designated protective jewelry or a talisman that you wear that just helps keep your energy, yours, and everybody else's energy off of you. So a protective piece of jewelry or talisman is a really great item to consider or have. Other things to consider is that you can do energy work. If you are a Reiki practitioner, you can set up a Reiki current that can just be quietly running through you, just for yourself. Run your Reiki into the earth, just as a running current of healing goodness that's just clearing the energy into the earth. If you have another energy modality that you work with, you could use that as well. So you can see that everything I'm explaining here is very easy to do. It's user friendly. You can do it whether you're reading for one person or you're reading for many people. These are easy things to just add into your reading environment. And they're also everything I'm describing here is very flexible. So it doesn't matter if you are reading in like a public setting, like in a big room with lots of readers, or if you have your own office space. Another really good thing to do is wash your hands. I know, sounds like your mother told you to wash your hands. So not only is it good hygiene, because I always say we want to share the love, not the germs. So, washing your hands is great for just practical hygiene senses before every reading and after every reading, you're going to want to wash your hands. But also when you wash your hands, the water is clearing. And so what you can do is also have another prayer where as you are washing your hands, you are imagining that you're releasing any energies or energetic or spiritual energies that are not yours into the water, and that they're just literally washing away. Now, the washing the hand one could be trickier if you're at a psychic fair. It's probably not going to be very practical to get up and, like the psychic fairs I've been to, I would not be able to get up and dart to the bathroom between every client and wash my hands. So that one's better for you're reading for just one person, or you're booking clients at a set times and you have space in between. You can get up and go and wash your hands. That's also a really good practice if you have the time to make sure that you've cleared the energy from one reader, like one person that you're connecting to the next person. So washing hands is great if you can get up and do it. That said, it can't always be done in a psychic fair setting. So a lot of readers like to use incense or smudge. It's a way of washing your hands, so to speak, with smoke. So you could have some sage that you are using or incense, and you can clear your cards, clear your hands in between each client. That's a little more practical if you are reading in a psychic fair setting, because you can just reach over and do that. Now, in some situations, you are not able to, burn something, or a client might have some olfactory sensitivities, and you might not be able to burn something because the smoke particle could irritate folks receiving the readings, or it just might not be allowed where you are. So in that case, it'd be really great to have some aromatherapy spray or a mister, so you could spray that either in the air, your hands, over your crown chakra, over your cards. So an aromatherapy spray is a great alternative for, you can't wash your hands, you can't burn the incense, you could use an aromatherapy spray. If you've really got chemical sensitivities going on, you could just use blessed water and not put any scent in it. So you could do a blessed water that's either blessed by the moon or charged Reiki or charged with crystals, however method you would like. So you could also opt for like a blessed water. That would be a great solution that would be very adaptable. So now, in a longer term thought, if you are working with other people, and this is something I cannot impress enough on readers and healers and magical practitioners, if you are working with clients and for clients, therapists, anyone who's working with the public, you want to have really good cleansing practices for yourself beyond that immediate daily. When you're working with a client, you're going to want to have a daily and weekly cleansing practice. This is so important to get psychic and emotional and spiritual energies that are not yours or that you might have picked up off of you. This is very vital to your well-being, and it helps you stay well. It staves off burnout but super important. So you really want to have something that you do weekly, if not daily. So if you see a lot of clients, I'm going to recommend daily. If you see less clients, then maybe just weekly. I think monthly is a little too far out, but you're going to want to have a practice for cleansing your energy, such as spiritual baths. That would be a great topic. So I suggest that to all my students, that they have something that they do daily, if not weekly, to make sure that they're cleansing their energy in a really comprehensive way. So spiritual baths are perfect for that. And then the last comment that I usually suggest to people for maintaining self-care when they read for others is do not neglect your own healing, right? So when we're working and helping others, that's very psychically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, that's like, that's in deep work, right? We're really in deep with people. So it's really important that you are committed to your own healing path. So I highly recommend that if you are a professional reader, that you get readings on a regular basis for yourself, that you also get healing sessions for yourself. Find a trusted healer that you really like their work, but you're going to want to really make sure that you, as the reader, are checking in and getting your own readings, that you are getting your own healing sessions. Something like that, depending on your needs or how much you work with others. Quarterly might be fine. So seasonally, I have a healing session with a healer I really love. Now, can I do my own Reiki? Absolutely. Do I do my own Reiki all the time? Yes, I do. But like, you don't have the same experience when you're always the one driving the car. So it's really important that healers go and get healing with others. Readers go and get readings from others. So I get quarterly, I get a reading with a reader I trust, and I get a healing session with a healer I trust. I cannot emphasize how important this has been for my own well-being. Because remember, when you are doing a lot of work for others, that really is a catalyst for you to do your own work too. So that's super important. So just to recap, today we've been talking about self-care for tarot readers. We've kind of strayed a little bit into healers too, but today we were talking about self-care practices for tarot readers, whether you are reading for just one person, whether you are reading for several clients in the course of a day, or perhaps maybe reading at a psychic fair where there's high intensity reading. So that was our nature of our topic today. I hope that it's been really helpful. If you have any questions for me or comments, I'd love it if you would share it in the question and put your questions in the comments below. If you have a topic that you'd love to have me talk about regarding tarot, I would love to hear from you. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and that we will talk soon. Have a great day.